southeast in Florida, and we'll head to the Florida Panthers here, where Roberto Luongo is the face of the franchise. But the Panthers, it was a close fight. Again, Roberto Luongo, who got 38% of the vote, edging out Alexander Barkov. A few other players also got votes, including Pavel Bure, which is a little bit surprising. But he had a great run down there in Florida. He is just one of 4 players to earn votes for multiple franchises throughout this process, that being Pavel Bure. Craig, where do you stand on this? Do you agree with the choice of Roberto Luongo being the face of the Florida Panthers?
Roberto Luongo has a pretty big social media presence. You think I'm going to start disagreeing with this and have to take on the brunt of Roberto's slights?
Yeah, you don't want that wrath.
You don't. Listen, Roberto went down there. I mean, he was a young goaltender and in a trade that just was magnificent for the Florida Panthers. Roberto Luongo was magnificent. And that team wasn't great, but Roberto was. And you think about, I mean, we move away, but he was part of the Olympic team in 2010, winning a gold medal. But he was one of the NHL's best goaltenders, and I think that when you think about Roberto behind the mask, like, he really embraced it, like he did. I voted for Sasha Barkov, but it was between him and Luongo for me.
And I think the face has a lot to do with the personality.
Yeah.
Barkov is sort of stoic and quiet, and he's not really out there. Roberto Luongo, because of his humor and his personality and the quality of his game when he was with Florida, I get it. I also think 2 more years and it could be Matthew Tkachuk.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I mean, he's talking
Absolutely.
we talk ad nauseum about how he's turned that whole franchise around with his presence. He hasn't been there long, but to be the face of the franchise, you don't have to be there long. If every time someone thinks of Florida, the first guy they think of is Matthew Tkachuk, and he's not far off of being at that point already.
I think he's right on the precipice of doing that.
Can I ask a question here? Do you think Brad Marchand could ever be? He's the NHL.
He's got 5 years left after this.
Yeah,
he's got 5 years left after this, for sure. I think the fact that Luongo wanted to get back to Florida was big, too, right?
Yep.
Like, he left, goes to Vancouver, had immense success, really wanted to get back to a market where at that time, not a lot of guys wanted to go back to Florida. And a consistent theme throughout this process, guys who are still there. Yeah. And Luongo's still there, and he's still working for the team. He's still a part of that. So Roberto Luongo, again, the face of the Florida Panthers. Let's bring in Marty Biron now to chat about Roberto Luongo. And Luongo is one of 4 goalies to be named a face of the franchise. What was it about Luongo, who never won a cup as a player, that ultimately garnered more votes than Sasha Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk, who were both key figures in back-to-back Stanley Cup titles?
When I think of going to play the Florida Panthers and the fan base and the interaction that was going on in the crowd, it was all about Roberto Luongo. There used to be a big Italian flag during warm-ups, right? Because his wife was from the area. They loved him. Like, he grew up there. There used to be the saves, like kind of the strikeouts in baseball. They would put S for saves around the upper bowl. And he sometimes would get to 40, 45, 50. They celebrated him like he was their own, that he grew up there. And for that, for me, Roberto Luongo is the face of the Florida Panthers.